Deep web surfers of Reddit. What is the most fucked up thing you have seen of the deep web? Most of the worst shit on the internet, aside from the rampant issue with child porn on the dark web, which I have thankfully never come across, is also found on the surface web. Watched a video 2 days ago of an Indian man who had been cut in half by a train, and was trying to move as he bled out and a crowd of people watched. Found it without having to leave Reddit. Manual on grooming horses. Like. Grooming. How to isolate her from horse society. How to make first moves. Lots of practical knowledge. Like the fact that horse vaginas are a few degrees warmer than human ones. Or that to be mounted by a stallion you better be comfortable with fisting first. A lot of drugs. The coolest was a rocket launcher, but there's child porn and that shit's messed. So how's your new rocket launcher? Well, this one gave me nightmares for a while but has since desensitized me. I saw a guy get doused in some sort of caustic chemical while strapped to a plank of some kind. The video time-lapsed to show people in masks tossing cups of the stuff onto the guy, the material slowly stripping and burning his flesh. It was horrifying. By the time the video had ended, this guy was still alive, pleading for it to stop until they shot him. One round straight to the skull and the video ended. I had nightmares for weeks about it because my idiot 14-year-old ass, at the time, couldn't resist a video titled in Arabic, "A mother is selling porn videos for request with her really underage daughters. One is around 14, the other is around 8. Not sure though. It might be fake, because they actually advertised it with their face and all, like a proper ad. But they advertise that they can do any crazy sexual thing for request. Basically no limits, and even do meet up if you pay extra. Of course it's all for Bitcoin. I hope it's fake, or if it isn't then I really hope the children were taken from the mother, and the mother was locked away. Making your own underage daughter a sex slave is, I think, the most disgusting/disturbing things ever. Sure, mutilated bodies are not a nice thing to see as well, but that feels a lot less wrong to me. A site where people uploaded videos of people being raped. Often they were homemade by the op. It's bad enough to think that these people upload videos like this, but what really horrifies me is that there's obviously an audience for it. I saw somebody selling an autistic child, with the title of "Autistic Cum Bucket for Sale, Doesn't Eat Much." Something along those lines. I told myself that night that the deep web isn't something 15-year-olds should be perusing around. Wish I would have forgot that within the year I've been off of it. Tor always messed with my PC after I installed it, so I stopped going years ago, but in my experience from 2011 to 2012. 1. People claiming to be selling slaves. You could buy them by the shipping container. 2. PayPal account login bundles, CC number bundles. 3. Silk Road. 4. Tons of porn exchanges, Yay being one of the biggest. However, the most fucked up thing on there in my opinion was Alita City. For those that do not know, it was a huge child porn site and it wasn't difficult to find either. It was on the hidden wiki forever. One day I clicked on it because I thought, no way, that's actually what it claims it is, and sure as shit it was. Nope. As soon as the home screen loaded, Anonymous hacked it and uploaded all of the user's info into Pastebin in 2013. I've seen ads for Hitman, but I usually write them off as scams as there's little personal accountability on the dark web, so scams are in abundance. Always be skeptical of vendors and ads on any dark net market. The most fucked up thing is definitely child porn. I avoid markets that have any of that kind of shit like the plague. Saw a video of a toddler playing on a playground. Nothing seemed off about the video except that it seemed like it was taken from a fair distance away. I didn't really know what I was watching but continued watching anyway out of curiosity. Anyway, after a while the video suddenly cut to darkness and for a second I thought it was over, but I looked down at the loading bar and it showed like a minute still left on the video. After a couple of seconds I heard the faint sound of a child crying in the background, and slowly I could start to make out more details in the grainy video. It looked like it was filmed in some dark, dimly lit basement. At this point I was completely freaked out and terrified, but curiosity got the best of me and so I kept watching. What I ended up seeing haunts me to this day. Whoever was behind the camera was walking slowly toward the source of the light, and as he got closer and closer I saw what seemed like a small object seated on top of a wooden chair. I leaned in closer to the monitor to try to see what it was exactly, and it was then that I realized it was actually the toddler that I had seen playing on the playground earlier, except he was completely mutilated. He was missing his hands and feet and there was blood dripping down the chair. I just completely lost it at that point and exited the website before the video finished. I could hardly sleep that evening, I was so traumatized. I had heard there was some messed up stuff on the dark web, but neither would I have thought anyone could possibly be so evil. It shook me to the core. Ended up running to the living room where my parents were and just sat there for like an hour trying to process what I saw. Afterwards I went back upstairs and watched some funny anime to try to clear out the horrible images in my head. Anyway, that's my story. I haven't been back on the dark web since. Worst thing I ever saw was either animal crushing, which is a fucked up porn fetish kink, or that one video of a Colombian cartel member that found out his girl was cheating on her. An elephant getting raped by a pigeon. I was looking for something whilst I ended up on this weird porn site. After a bit of scrolling I saw this guy in full leather dissect a goat and make love to the intestines. I wish I could forget. On r/enough internet I saw a picture collage of someone who hung their cat over the bathtub and dismembered it with a tree pruner. Not even on the deep web, but somebody cut a living person in pieces. Another one got a full assault rifle clip unloaded into his face. Somebody got strangled. Somebody got burned to death. Somebody got into such a car crash there was barely anything left. Thankfully I was already an adult with a stable mind at the time. Once saw a website offering to conduct very unethical research on human beings. They said they were able to impregnate subjects, carry children to birth and terminate subjects for research. They claimed their subjects were homeless and would not be missed. A forum. Jobs were posted, and when someone was found to fulfill the contract it was instantly erased with no logs. No reviews. Someone posted requesting someone to hack their student loans as paid. Required payment logs, tracking info, something only a full-blown audit would reveal as fake. $150,000 in loans and you make it go away for $30,000. It was not there a few days later when I went to see what other weird shit people might ask for. A week later I went to look again and the address had changed, while the clear web forum I found that was leaking its address was gone. I guess it was a referral thing only and they saw a big increase in traffic, so they changed addresses and cut ties with lots of accounts. Searched pretty hard for hacking forums as I used to play Uplink as a kid and assumed it had to exist as a legitimate thing nowadays. It did, still might, not sure. Not a deep surfer of Reddit, but just this morning I saw on Twitter a chick sucking a baby's dick. You don't expect that shit to pop up on Twitter. Man, I saw a video of someone getting raped. Someone sent me a link of someone who got murdered, raped after they were murdered, had their leg cut off and it was used as a fleshlight. It was really fucked up and I think she got in trouble with the police. There was a chat on the dark web that had a video of a guy sawing his nutsack in half and his nut fell out. On 4chan there was a video of a guy throwing kittens off the top of a mountain into a ravine. Fucked. A guy getting a BJ from a girl while he held a revolver to her head. Every once in a while she would come up, glance at it, then go back to it. I've only once been on the deep web a few years ago with a friend of mine who had the browser installed on his PC. We clicked on this Redroom link I think and we saw a man hanging. We first didn't know what was going on, but after a minute or so we would realize that there was a dead person hanging on a rope. After that we immediately clicked to the link and never went on the deep web again. Everything was fine afterwards. None of us got in trouble or had any trauma, but it was pretty scary and weird. For more videos like this, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. Don't forget to check out our other videos and thanks for watching. Also don't forget to subscribe to PewDiePie.